A renewed call today from parents across the province who say they want better supports, more funding, and better resources to keep students safe. Advocates are calling the current situation inside classrooms chaotic, and they say there hasn't been any meaningful consultation with parents and students since the start of September.
Forced education plan is not working and it's not sustainable.
The problem is that parents were never consulted.
It's been frustrating and demoralizing to feel ignored, to feel like we don't have a voice or a choice.
It's a shame that we are in this position.
Parents from school boards right across the province expressing their disappointment today in the Ford government's education plan, highlighting issues they've been flagging since the summer that are still unresolved.
We are now almost in November, and we are still waiting for the Ford government to implement and adhere to policies that will allow for physical distancing in all classrooms and on all school buses.
They say the school year has been plagued with problems, boards with inadequate time or funding to hire enough teachers, and schools without enough space for smaller class sizes.
My daughter has been upset and stressed by the lack of physical distancing and the socializing in close proximity that she has sometimes witnessed in school.
I am also hearing of teacher burnout and mental health challenges as teachers attempt to teach and to keep kids physically distanced and safe at schools.
Good morning. How are you? Good. Did you do the screening with your mom and dad this morning?
Despite these concerns, the Premier stands behind his government's plan, repeating the same talking point he has for months.
We said at the beginning of this, it's the best plan in the country. Knock on wood, things can change, and I never get overconfident, but it's proven to be the best plan in the entire country.
Currently, there are 581 schools with a reported case of COVID-19, but 0 schools are closed, a number the Premier touted proudly today, pointing to that figure as proof the system is working.
We haven't had any lockdowns for last, I think, 3 or 4 days, which is great news. But the schools are open, the parents love it, the kids love it, seeing their friends. And so the system's working.
We hear the Ford government talking about the success of school reopenings, but he doesn't actually know what's working and what is not.
Taking matters into their own hands, parent advocates have launched a survey for families across the province to share their firsthand experiences since returning to school in September. They plan on handing the survey over to the Premier before the new year. In a statement, the Ministry of Education says that their plan was fully endorsed by Ontario's health officials, and they say this week they took further action, investing $700 million to improve air systems and retrofit schools and childcare centres. And they say, in fact, their plan did always include the voices of parents, educators, and the medical community.